Fans go crazy. BTS Jimin reportedly in relationship with Song Da-eun after video suddenly leaks. Could it be true? Has one of BTS' brightest stars secretly been in love all this time? A single leaked video has sent shockwaves through KBs, leaving fans torn between disbelief, excitement, less speculation. What really happened behind the scenes? And how deep does this rumored romance go? Stay with Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover the truth behind the whispers shaking the world. It began with just a few seconds of blurry footage. Elevator door sliding open. A shadowy figure stepping out. A glimpse of someone who looked unmistakably like BTS Jimin. Within hours, that short clip had spread across social media like wildfire, igniting speculation, debates, and headlines that rocked the world of K-pop. The reason was simple but explosive. In the video, Jimin appeared to be in the same building where actress Song Da-eun was reportedly living. For millions of fans across the globe, this wasn't just a coincidence, it was the spark of a rumor that Jimin, one of the most adored idols on the planet, was secretly in a relationship. The frenzy was immediate. Twitter feeds filled with hashtags like Jimin dating, Song Dian, and Jimin love scandal, each one trending globally within hours. Fans around the world rushed to replay the clip, analyzing every frame, slowing it down, zooming in on shadows, even comparing the figure's posture and clothing to Jimin's recent airport fashion. What seemed like an ordinary elevator sighting was transformed into the center of one of the biggest speculative storms in recent memory. And at the heart of it all stood two names, Park Jimin of BTS, a global superstar, and Song Da-eun, an actress who had quietly built her career while keeping a relatively low profile. To fully grasp the magnitude of this storm, we must first understand who Jimin is. As a member of BTS, Jimin has risen from a talented trainee in Busan to one of the most recognizable figures in the world. His voice, delicate yet powerful, has brought countless fans to tears. His dance, graceful yet precise, has defined entire eras of K-pop performance. But more than that, Jimin has cultivated an image of warmth and humility, an artist who, despite global fame, has always carried himself with sincerity. He is the idol who comforts fans when they feel alone, who sings of pain and healing, who embodies hope for millions. To many, Jimin is more than a celebrity, he is a lifeline. Song Da-eun, by contrast, has lived a career away from the blinding intensity of the K-pop stage. Known for her appearance on the reality show Heart Signal 2 and roles in smaller dramas and films, she has been admired for her natural charm and girl next door aura. Unlike many celebrities, she has not dominated headlines, until now. The rumor that she might be romantically linked to Jimin catapulted her into a new level of attention, one that few could have prepared for. For fans, the pairing was both shocking and oddly compelling. The world's biggest idol and an actress who had, until recently, existed largely outside of the mainstream spotlight. The leaked video, short as it was, became the fuel for endless theories. Some fans were convinced beyond doubt. They pointed out the similarities between the figure's hairstyle and Jimin's, argued that the timing matched his known schedule, even highlighted interior details of the building that they claimed matched Song Da-eun's residence. Others were more skeptical, warning that the clip was too grainy to serve as proof. It could be anyone, some argued. You can't build an entire scandal on a shadow. But as history has often shown, when it comes to idols of Jimin's stature, even the faintest suggestion of romance can spark a firestorm. What made the situation even more dramatic was the timing. BTS, though on hiatus as a full group due to military service commitments, remained ever present in the public consciousness. Jimin, in particular, had continued to release solo projects, further solidifying his reputation as one of the most beloved members. Fans had been following his every move, celebrating his milestones, and cherishing every glimpse of his journey. The idea that he might be in a relationship, a secret relationship at that, was both thrilling and unsettling. For many fans, it felt like a personal revelation, a reminder that idols are, after all, human. The reactions were as diverse as they were intense. Some fans took to social media to express their heartbreak, sharing emotional posts about feeling betrayed. Others, however, celebrated the possibility, insisting that Jimin deserved love and happiness just like anyone else. If he is dating, good for him, one fan tweeted. He has given us so much joy, he deserves his own. Another countered, We've supported him through everything. But this feels like he's been hiding something from us. Clash of emotions, joy, anger, confusion, excitement, turned the rumor into a global conversation. Adding to the intrigue was the silence from the agencies involved. Big Hit Music, BTS management company, offered no immediate response, neither confirming nor denying the speculation. Song Da-eun's representatives also remained quiet, issuing no clarifying statements. In the absence of official comment, the rumor only grew louder, fueled by fan theories and media speculation. Silence itself became part of the story, interpreted by some as evidence that the rumor was true, by others as a strategy to let the frenzy die down. Yeah, of course, seized the opportunity. Headlines screamed across entertainment portals, "Love in the Shadows, Jimin and Song Da-eun, K-pop world shaken by dating leak." The rumor that broke the internet. Talk shows replayed the video repeatedly, commentators to weigh in. Body language experts analyzed the posture of the figure in the clip. Stylists compared the clothing to Jimin's recent appearances. Even architects chimed in, claiming the building in the video matched the layout of Song Da-eun's residence. Had taken on a life of its own, stretching far beyond the facts of a few seconds of footage. But what about the people at the center of it? While neither Jimin nor Song Da-eun spoke directly, fans began to scour their past social media activity for clues. Old Instagram posts were re-examined. Fans pointing out matching locations, similar captions, or coincidental timing. Some claim that the two had posted from the same vacation spots, albeit at different times. Others noticed similarities in their pets, their furniture, and their choice of coffee shops. Whether these were real connections or just the imagination of hopeful, or suspicious, fans, they only deepened the mystery. The impact of the rumor was undeniable. For Jimin, whose every move is scrutinized, the suggestion of romance brought both pressure and empathy. For Song Da-eun, it was a sudden thrust into the harshest spotlight imaginable. Her name now linked forever to one of the most famous men in the world. The imbalance of fame between them added another layer of complexity. Questions about how she would navigate the overwhelming attention. For fans, it became more than just a rumor. It was a test of loyalty, of expectations, and of how much they truly understood about the people they idolized. As part one of this unfolding story comes to a close, one thing is clear: the video leak, however brief, has changed everything. Whether it was definitive proof of a relationship or simply a coincidence blown out of proportion, the world is now watching. The whispers of romance have grown into shouts, the shadows of possibility into the blinding glare of scrutiny. And yet, the truth remains hidden, way behind the silence of those at the center. For now, fans are left with questions that burn hotter with every passing day. Was the video real? Is Jimin truly in a relationship with Song Da-eun? And if so, what does it mean for the idol whose life has always seemed so intertwined with the dreams of millions? The answers, whatever they may be, will shape not only the narrative of Jimin's career but the very way fans understand the delicate line between stardom and humanity. 'Cause sometimes, all it takes is one leaked video to send the world into chaos. As the hours turned into days, the leaked video continued to dominate headlines and conversations across the world. What should have been a fleeting, ambiguous clip had become the most talked about story in K-pop, with every fan, journalist, and commentator offering their own version of the truth. The longer the silence from Jimin and Song Da-eun persisted, the louder the noise grew, and the more frenzied the speculation became. Theories began to multiply like wildfire. Some fans were convinced the video was undeniable proof of a secret romance, citing not only the physical resemblance of the man in the clip to Jimin, but also the suspicious timing of Song Da-eun's own recent activities. A thread that went viral on Twitter listed evidence of their alleged relationship, matching bracelets spotted in separate photos, similar furniture pieces glimpsed in the backgrounds of their posts, even captions that seemed to echo one another. For those who wanted to believe, the puzzle pieces fit too neatly to dismiss. Others, however, remained skeptical, arguing that the entire controversy was a fabrication. Pointed out the poor quality of the video, claiming it could easily have been doctored or misinterpreted. Some fans even suggested the clip was a deepfake, a possibility that carries increasing weight in an era where technology can blur the line between reality and illusion. "We can't ruin someone's life over a blurry video," one fan wrote. sparking thousands of likes and retweets. But the counter-arguments did little to slow the tidal wave of attention. Meanwhile, the mainstream media fueled this storm with round-the-clock coverage. Korean entertainment programs dissected the controversy endlessly, while international outlets like Billboard, Rolling Stone, and BBC picked up the story, framing it as both a romance rumor and a cautionary tale about the invasion of privacy in K-pop. Dating rumor of Jimin and Song Da-eun is not just about two celebrities. One commentator argued, it is about the expectations we place on idols, and the way we, as fans, demand access to every part of their lives. Agencies involved faced mounting pressure. Fans flooded Big Hit Music's official channels with demands for clarity, while Song Da-eun's management was bombarded with media requests. Yet both agencies maintained their silence, issuing only vague pleas for privacy. This silence, intended perhaps to cool the frenzy, the opposite effect. In the absence of facts, the rumor grew monstrous, feeding on speculation, imagination, and the hunger for drama. For Jimin and Song Da-eun, the silence was a double-edged sword, protecting them from direct scrutiny, but also trapping them in a narrative they could not control. The human cost of the controversy soon became apparent. Fans expressed concern for Jimin's mental health, calling his history of being deeply affected by criticism. He's sensitive, one fan wrote. I hope he's surrounded by people who love him right now. Others worried about Song Da-eun, who had been thrust into an unimaginable spotlight. An actress with a modest career, being linked romantically to one of the most famous men on the planet was overwhelming. And not all the attention was kind. Online forums buzzed with negative comments, some accusing her of seeking publicity, others questioning her worthiness of being associated with Jimin. Yet, amid the chaos, there were voices of compassion and reason. Many fans rallied behind the idea that, if the rumor was true, Jimin deserved happiness as much as anyone else. Hashtags like Let Jimin Love and Protect Songdan began to trend, reflecting a shift in attitude. He has given us so much? One international fan commented. If he's found someone who makes him happy, should be happy for him, another wrote. This shouldn't be a scandal. It should be a celebration of love. The debate touched on deeper issues within the K-pop industry. The notion that idols must remain eternally single, available only to fans' fantasies, came under fire. Analysts noted that the intense backlash idols often face for dating is unsustainable in a global industry that now reaches far beyond Korea. K-pop cannot survive on illusions alone. Cultural critics said, fans must learn to reconcile their love for idols with the idols' right to live full, human lives. The Jimin Song Da-eun controversy, in this sense, became more than just a dating rumor. It became a mirror reflecting the growing pains of an industry caught between tradition and globalization. Weeks passed, the initial frenzy began to cool. The story refused to die. Fans continued to pore over every detail, every post, every public appearance. Song Da-eun's Instagram became a battleground. Supportive comments battling waves of curiosity and criticism. Jimin, meanwhile, maintained his silence, focusing on his work and appearing in carefully managed public events where he smiled warmly but offered no hints of his private world. The contrast between his calm demeanor and the storm raging around him only fueled the intrigue. Then came another twist. Nazi photos surfaced, allegedly showing Jimin and Song Da-eun entering the same restaurant on different occasions. Though they were not pictured together, the implication was clear. Perhaps they had been careful enough to avoid being seen side by side. Not enough to avoid the hungry eyes of the public. Once again, headlines screamed, proof at last, and the internet erupted in debate. Were these photos mere coincidences? Or was this the confirmation fans had been waiting for? Through it all, the mystery remained unresolved. Neither Jimin nor Song Da-eun confirmed nor denied the rumors, leaving fans suspended between hope and doubt. Perhaps that was the most powerful part of the story, the uncertainty, the ambiguity. The possibility that what began as a shadow in an elevator could be the outline of a hidden love story. As the dust begins to settle, one thing is certain, the leak changed everything. Reminded fans of the fragile line between admiration and intrusion, between public persona and private self. It sparked conversations about the rights of idols, the nature of fandom, and the hunger for connection in a world dominated by celebrity culture. And it revealed, once more, that in K-pop, Nothing captures attention more powerfully than the possibility of love. The legacy of this rumor, true or not, will endure. For some, it will remain a scandal, a moment of chaos in the life of their beloved idol. For others, it will be remembered as a bittersweet reminder that idols are human, too, capable of love, heartbreak, and secrets. Jimin and Song Da-eun themselves. It will forever mark a turning point, a moment when their names became entwined in the minds of millions. In the end, fans are left with more questions than answers. Was it real? Was it love? Or was it just another fleeting illusion? In the ever-blinding spotlight of fame? Perhaps the truth will emerge someday. Or perhaps it will remain forever hidden. Only to the two people at the heart of the storm. One lesson is undeniable: sometimes all it takes is a single leaked video to shake an empire. Long after the clip was deleted and the initial frenzy had begun to fade, the echoes of that night still lingered across the K-pop world. What began as a blurry video in an elevator had evolved into one of the most sensational stories in recent memory, leaving fans torn between hope, belief, and heartbreak. For 5 minutes of footage, or perhaps even less, the line between fantasy and reality dissolved, and the entire world felt as though it had stumbled into a secret too big to ignore. In the silence that followed, Jimin's smile on stage looked softer, heavier, as though carrying an unspoken weight. Song Da-eun, meanwhile, continued her life quietly, but with every public appearance, eyes followed her more sharply than ever before. Fans watched, searching for clues, desperate for answers. None ever came. And maybe that was the most shocking twist of all: not confirmation, not denial, but silence, leaving the world to wonder. Commentators called it a 5-minute earthquake, a moment that shook millions. Not because of what was proven, because of what was possible. It showed how fragile the boundaries of privacy are in a world where every glance, every shadow, and every whispered rumor can become the center of a global storm. It showed how quickly love, real or imagined, can ignite chaos in an industry built on dreams. For fans, those unanswered questions became part of the legend. Was it a love story hidden in plain sight? A misunderstanding blown out of proportion? Or a fleeting moment that revealed nothing at all? Whatever the truth, the impact was undeniable. The rumor turned into memory, the memory into myth, and the myth into a reminder that idols, no matter how adored, are human too. As the curtain falls on this chapter, truth lingers in the air. Sometimes the most dramatic stories are not the ones confirmed in headlines, the ones left hanging in silence. Jimin and Song Da-eun may never tell the world what really happened. And perhaps that is exactly why fans will never stop talking about it. Because in K-pop, even 5 seconds of uncertainty can last forever. The story of Jimin and Song Da-eun, whether truth, rumor, something in between, reminds us of the fragile balance between stardom and humanity. One short video was enough to send the world spiraling, proving once again that in the realm of K-pop, even the smallest glimpse can feel like a revelation. But behind the rumors, behind the headlines, lies a deeper truth. Idols are human, deserving of love, privacy, and the freedom to live authentically. For fans, the whirlwind of emotions, shock, excitement, confusion, and hope, was proof of how deeply Jimin's story resonates across the globe. And for Song Da-eun, into the center of a storm she never asked for. A reminder of the heavy price that comes with simply being associated with one of the world's most beloved stars. Red carpet revealed. We want to thank you, our loyal readers, viewers, family, for walking with us through every twist of this story. Your passion, your voices, emotions breathe life into the tales we share. You laughed, you cried, and you questioned alongside us. In one short clip into a global conversation that will not soon be forgotten. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for believing, for caring, and for joining us on this unforgettable journey. And as always, stay with us for the next revelation, the next shock, and the next reminder that sometimes, even in silence, the loudest truths can be heard. Because in K-pop, it only takes one moment to change everything.